Great in pressure.
I think the refs will win it either way.
There you go.
Whatever's best for Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey and Taylor Swift, the refs will do.
I'm a total Mahomes fan.
Taylor
He
Swift.
gets to
That's
stay
funny.
49ers.
Yeah, well, that's the.
I think the only one that could beat Mahomes is our Brady.
Hold on, I'm still letting people in. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm still letting people in, so just be patient with me. You guys know how I'm with tech, and we'll get started with everything. But before we get started, first of all, happy Friday. Good morning. I love seeing y'all's faces. Cameras on if you can. I know a few of y'all have texted me saying you're going to have cameras off because you're driving or whatever, but if you have a chance, you know I like seeing your shiny, happy faces. So let's start with gratitude and wins. Any big wins or things you're really grateful for that you want to share with our group? Nobody?
Yeah,
No
we've
good
got
things
one.
happened?
Jacqueline's not on yet, so I'll speak for her. Our $3 million listing out in Bee Creek Estates went into multiple offers. We received a cash backup. We just found out this morning, position one was a house sale contingency. They lifted the house sale contingency and moving forward. So that's a win. And keeping the backup.
Nice.
I got a
Right now.
house. I had a house in South Austin that's been on the market for like 100 days. We finally contracted. A win for me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all, the market's moving, right? I know we're all over the place, but it's starting to see some movement and some momentum. And I think buyer confidence is increasing. Are you guys seeing that as well?
I don't know. I got 50 million in listings, so I'd really like somebody to start putting offers in some of my listings. So
There you
You know.
go. I know we're about to launch like 7. And so it's like, oh my gosh, spring is sprung. I love this. I love this. I love this. So I am excited about this morning. You guys know I get excited every Friday on our huddles because I love seeing y'all's faces, but I'm super excited today because we have a very, very, very special guest as our guest. And he's become a very, very dear friend of mine. In fact, we met originally in COVID when he first joined on, and I was excited about what his plans were and his visions were. And I think he's absolutely exceeded so many things that he had put forth. So Michael Valdes, for those of y'all that don't know him, he is our chief growth officer, and I'll let him tell you a little bit about himself. He's very shy, y'all, so you're gonna have to pull him out of his shell a bit. But Michael has an incredible backstory and resume, but more relevant to what we're doing. He was with Realogy for 15 years and really responsible for expanding those brands that are all under that umbrella, and not only nationally but internationally. And I think they went to like 300,000 agents. And so when Michael was on the market, you know, Compass was after him, KW, everybody was after Michael because of his track record and just who he is as a person. And what was so cool is he came to EXP because we were doing something different, and it was fun and it was exciting. And during COVID, I mean, you guys saw how fast we grew internationally, and that was really because of Michael and his leadership. So I asked Michael to come in today just because I love my people knowing my people. You guys know that. And I just wanted him to bring the excitement he has for kind of where we've been, where we're going, what we're doing as a company, because a lot of us are so, you know, kind of there's an umbrella and we need to cascade it down. And so I just want y'all to understand what we're doing, because we're just getting started. No matter what your goals are, no matter if you're focusing on production, if you're focusing on attraction, if you're focusing on both, I just want you to understand how excited, and you're going to see why I'm so excited about this company, but just also to understand the amazing leadership that we have just leading and steering the ship. So Michael, thank you for being here. I know you're crazy busy all the time, and taking time for us is always a gift. So I'm going to let you take the floor, and this is your meeting.
Well, no, this is your meeting. And Elizabeth, thank you.
And thank you for your leadership. I'm going to start there. You really are one of the most servant leaders that we have here at EXP. And I want stories now that Wes is your newest agent. Wes, welcome to EXP officially. Wes, who I've known for years as well. This is amazing. And this is actually my most favorite time, is to be able to be in community with our agents who are the true leaders, the ones that are EXP. You guys are EXP. And this is truly, you know, Elizabeth, you were talking about the idea of me coming over after spending 15 years at Realogy. And it was so interesting because I love history. And when you start looking at things, greatness happens in down markets. I've said this several times. And when you start looking at our last down market, which was 08, 09, think about the companies that got started then. Airbnb started in 2008. Uber started in 2009. WhatsApp started in 2009. And a little company called EXP started in 2009. And so that was truly where opportunities happen. Right now, we're in a shifting market. We're hearing a lot of noise, right? There's 22 commission lawsuits. There's this, there's that. There's, 3 different NAR CEOs in a matter of 6 months. There's people that are leaving the industry. There's interest rates. There's this, there's that. Guys, come back to the core. You're serving your clients to have their largest purchase be done to change their lives. And if you're in attraction, you're attracting agents to come. Could I ask that?
Yeah, I'm trying to move it. All right, go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
Awesome. And if you're an attraction, you're coming in and sharing what I've always called was the gift of EXP. For those of you that are on camera, please raise your hand if you think that EXP has changed your life. All hands have gone up. If you're driving, don't raise your hand. And when you start thinking of it from that vision, all you are doing is sharing a gift with someone. If someone's not ready to receive that gift, they're not rejecting you. You just give the gift to somebody else. And it's such an incredible way to start looking at this. You'll never recruit another day in your life. Last year at Inman, I was on the main stage and I was talking about recruiting versus attracting. We never want to recruit. We always want to attract by who we are, what we do, what we represent, what we emulate. And people want to come in and be a part of what you're doing. And it's just that attraction of what it is. And it's such a beautiful thing. And so right now, there is such an incredible opportunity for you guys to quiet the noise. Don't worry about what's out there. Focus on what the opportunities exist. Right now, we have some incredible programs that we've introduced. You start looking at, let's just be really sort of pragmatic about this. Because of the commission lawsuits that are happening in so many states, I think that it's happening in 36 states right now. You start thinking about smaller independent brokerages. They already are running on a thin margin. If they now have to fight a commission lawsuit, which could be in appeals and everything else, then that's fine. But now they've added legal bills to what they're dealing with. Their delta just went very, very small there. You guys now have an opportunity to say, hello, Mr. Independent Broker. What if I presented to you an opportunity where you can keep your name, you can keep your culture, you can keep what you've built, and I can take some of the operating expenses off of your P&L. You can now join an EXP platform. And now we'll look at where your production was for the last year. And I'll even give you a financial incentive to make this transition even easier. If you start the conversation there is absolutely no business owner that won't be intrigued to at least hear you. And that program is called Boost. We actually look at what an independent brokerage, 50 agents or more, 100 million or more of production, and we sit with them and we look at what their production had been in the last 12 months, had they been at EXP under our model. We say to them, this is your hypothetical company dollar of what we would give you as a financial incentive to move your brokerage over. You can have your powered by model, so you can remain with your name and you can have a powered by model, and then be able to come to EXP and be able to have that opportunity. By the way, we have 80 people in queue right now. We have brought over about a dozen brokerages since we've introduced this program. One of the largest was in the Northeast, a company named Michael Bean. Michael Bean Group was 600 agents across 4 states in the Northeast. His entire organization moved over about 3 months ago. We have, as I said, 80 brokerages in the queue. This is not a heavy lift for all of you. I have 6 people on my growth team that are here to serve you. All you need to do is bring that opportunity to the table. We will have somebody from our growth team with you and the prospect go through everything. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to, just get them intrigued enough to sit down with us. And what you're doing in many cases is saving them. You're saving their business. And when you start thinking of it in that way, it makes this conversation so much easier. The other thing that we've done is a program called Accelerate. Accelerate is something for new agents. Now, what this does is that it allows them to have a taste of revenue share. Accelerate is a program where you have a new agent will have their second and third levels unlocked for the first 12 months. So they will actually have an opportunity to taste rev share, get an understanding of that, while they're also focusing on production. Now, the beauty of this is that if you have somebody for a boost candidate, all of their agents automatically qualify for Accelerate. So you start building on this, and it makes that independent brokerage conversation much easier. And then the last thing that we introduced was a program called Thrive. And that is focused for larger teams. So if you look at whatever would be a mega team, which I think is 10 members or more and 40 million in production, when you have something like that, we do have an opportunity for them similar to Boost, but instead of a cash incentive, it's a stock option that would be payable after a 3-year vest. So whatever their production was in the prior year, we'll look at that and we'll offer a stock option based on that. So when you start looking at these 3 things, we've made it really easy. Boost, B is for brokerage. Accelerate, A is for agents. Thrive, T is for teams. So I'm going to pause there, and I want to answer any questions on the programs, because I think these are incredible, incredible things for all of you right now to build your business. So if you just want to hit the raise hand on here so that I can see all of you, that would be awesome. Jeffrey.
Hi, good morning. Thank
Hey,
you.
buddy.
If there's like a single member, 2-member team, like is there a minimum to be eligible for any of these programs?
Yes, the teams are 10 or more, so there would have to be a
Okay.
mega team qualification under Thrive. 10 or more, 40 million in production. Melissa, I think I saw your hand.
Hey, Michael, good morning.
Hi,
Okay,
good morning.
so this is I mean, I may know the answer to this, but I haven't checked yet. Is there any way that these programs can be explained on our direct site for recruiting or attracting? So
It
that
is.
way, okay,
It's on the Join app now. So
Okay.
if anyone that goes into the Join app on the US site, it's all
Yes.
in there. And then we
Yes.
also have a marketing piece that's a one sheet that Elizabeth, if you don't have it, we'll make sure that you can get it from Carolyn to share with your team. But we do have a marketing one piece on each of these programs.
It makes it so much easier to start those conversations, and even maybe doing some video or reels and saying, if this is you, if you meet this criteria, click this link. And if it's just there accessible for them, it just makes it easier for us.
I love that idea of going to social and explaining the situation in much the way I just did, right? Where it's just, look, here's the reality. They're saying 30% of the of transactions will have 30% lower transactions, where you have independent brokerages that are already running on a very thin margin, where you have the opportunity to present something like a boost program, which will actually take operating expenses off of their back. You know, think about agent E&Os, think about bricks and mortar, think about, you know, listing distribution. All of those things are quite big numbers for an independent brokerage. When you start thinking about the fact that all of that is taken off of their plate, and then they have the opportunity to still be branded, whatever their brokerage is, on a powered by model. And then now, instead of being a local player, they're now a global player. They have now the opportunity to have their brand in 24 countries around the world. That is a game changer when you start having these conversations on a different level. Why bring in and attract one agent when you can go in and attract 100 at a time?
Well, and Michael, to your point on that too, like we're talking a bit about attraction, but it also cascades into production, right?
Oh my God, does it ever?
These brokerages are huge into production. I mean, Terrence Murphy is one right there, a huge producer, and the opportunity to cascade into all these different countries was the game changer for him, right? Does that mean they've stopped producing? No, it means they've actually given their agents a different opportunity, bringing them to the table to build their business in a bigger way. And so I know that we are really excited about growth and all the other things, but what really keeps people here are the people and the opportunities in building their business in a big way. And with Revenos, and I've been bringing in Revenos, I've been bringing in all these different people so you guys can understand everything we have, because it's a lot, right? And you can kind of get lost. But with the leads and the production, I mean, Michael, what are we seeing as a company? And from leadership, I mean, I can answer these questions, but I want your take. What are we seeing as a company with the lead sources and with the productivity and with the production, getting people, you know, building their business in a different way on our model, on our platform?
You know, one of the most amazing things that I think is going to be such a game changer, and I know with Revenos, my counterpart Leo Pareja, who is the chief strategy officer, runs this program. But one of the key things that I think will be so impactful for what is our entire industry when you start looking at this and where our advantage is as an independent brokerage is through EXP exclusives. Now, EXP exclusives, you know, is an answer. There's some other brokerages that were doing in-house exclusives. Now, here's what the MLS rule is. The MLS rule says you can have exclusive non-MLS listings within one company office. Now, here's the bright side and the brilliant side of this. Because we're virtual, we're one office. We're one office across 24 countries. So now when you start thinking about exclusives being shared for any of our competitors, where the average number of agents might be 30 or 50, we have almost 90,000 agents across 24 countries as one office. And so when you start thinking about this, we would have the largest off-market exclusive property listing in the industry. Now, do you not think that would be incredible for your production? To really say to a seller, if you don't want to list for whatever reason on an MLS and you want to test the market and you want to have your property out, I can get your property out to 90,000 agents across 24 countries. Nobody else can say that. That is a very powerful listing tool. That's also a very powerful attracting tool. If you have people that are interested in coming here and you start looking at this, and listen, if these commission lawsuits come in and buyer's commission go away, and I don't think that's going to happen, but let's just play worst case scenario. If we had an in-house inventory of hundreds of thousands of listings, quite honestly, our broker inventory, our buyer inventory is in-house. They have nowhere else to go. This is huge, guys. If you have not signed up for EXP exclusives, please do so. This is something that is proprietary to us. It's a huge tool for all of you. And this is something that right now, these were all programs that we do to stay ahead of whatever will happen, right? Nobody has the crystal ball. We have the Department of Justice now involved in our industry and all of this stuff. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Everybody has their own thoughts. You know, look, there was the REBNY, which is the MLS in New York City, was the first one to say that they would not honor broker commissions. New York City, guys. So as of January 1, they do not honor broker commissions. It's a one-sided listing side only. So think about that. Things are changing really rapidly. And so we keep trying to stay ahead of what it is. We are the largest independent real estate company in the world. So when you start thinking about this, we've got tons of copycats, right? People are really trying to copy our model. And so we're having that thing. By the way, they wouldn't copy it if it didn't work, right? And so those of you, we've had some people that went to some of these newer competitors. And I don't know if you guys know who Brian Carruthers is. He's got a lot of experience in the idea of you know, development and things of building organizations in other types of sectors. So I had a conversation with him yesterday, and he says to me, I had a friend of mine that was actually with you guys that was looking to move to one of these new startups. And he says, why on earth would you do that? And so he says, well, it's new. And he says, exactly. Why on earth would you do that? And so it's, well, I would be on the ground floor. And they said, well, you know what the statistics are. 80% of anybody entering the business goes out of business in the first 12 months, right? It's sort of like, what is it? 90% of all new businesses fail in the United States. And so why would you go through and be that guinea pig for something new that has a high probability of failure? Whereas if you stay with what is the largest and is still growing, it doesn't make sense to go anywhere else. And it was really interesting to hear it from a third party, to really think about it in that sense, which made so much sense when you start thinking about why would you move your team somewhere else where they're going through growing pains, and if the growing pains don't sort of get through it, they're going to fail. And so it was interesting to hear that perspective from someone else.
So Michael, I don't know if you're seeing the chats, but the Zenlist,
Yeah.
the EXP exclusive has been a big thing. And I think I shared last week, I was up against 4 other agents on a listing. I don't usually go against other agents because now my business is to where they just have me list, but this one I did. And EXP exclusives was one of the reasons that I beat out the other 4 agents. And then Drew Nelson, she just wrote in here. And for y'all that know Drew, you know her story. She was a licensed agent in Vancouver and moved to Texas, not just moving states or cities. She moved countries, y'all, not knowing anybody. And she is a capper. She's killing it in our Austin market. But she said just because of EXP exclusive, she just landed 8 million in listings. So, I mean, we're very, very productive. We're doing big things. But if you're using the resources and really embracing everything EXP has to offer, you can't fail. And there's so many ways to do business, and we're all doing business in a different way. So figure out what tools align with your business style, your personality, what your goals are. But these resources that EXP is providing all of us, they're making a difference in the, you know, in our bottom lines. So
I love some of this chat. Actually, Drew, can you actually talk about this? You used the tool and you landed $8 million in listings because of it. I love this story. Who is Drew?
Drew, we just put you on the spot.
I know, I love this. This is
I
an
don't see
awesome
her.
one.
I don't see her. Oh, there she is. She's talking. We can't hear you. Your sound's not working. Okay.
Oh,
She's
okay.
talking, but it's not working.
All right, that's cool. That's so awesome. All right, let's
Yeah.
see what else we got in here. Oh, the turnaround time on the growth team, it's instant. It better be. If not, you let me know. So Sean Murphy and Amy Weaver are my senior growth team leaders. We also have Frank Panunto and Russ Lagan. Many of you know Russ from the big agent meeting on Fridays. And then we have 3 state brokers. We have a state broker in Texas, Mr. Tony King. We have a state broker in California, which is Troy Palmquist. And we have a state broker in Florida who is killing it. And his name is Felix Bravo. So we have 7 members of the growth team at your service. Anyone can be there to be on this call with you. And again, you don't need to do the heavy lifting. You just got to get them there with the interest. And our team will do the rest. This is amazing, amazing opportunities, guys. This is when you start thinking about where everyone is talking about all this, again, all this noise. To me, this is the most exciting time to be in this because opportunity exists when everyone else is talking about things that are going wrong and the sky is falling and everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket. It's like, those are the best times. Because let everyone else go through the madness. And when the dust settles, you win.
So what question, y'all, we have our corporate leadership on this call with us, spending, I know he has a million things on his plate, spending an hour of his valuable time with us. What questions do y'all have from a corporate letter? I'm going to call out people. Jill Liebernight. I know you're super passionate about a number of different things, especially from an industry standpoint, especially, I mean, for y'all that don't know Jill, which most of you do, she's on our board of directors at Austin Board of Realtors. She's one of the board of directors. So Jill, what are some of the things, some of the questions that you have for Michael? Like what, y'all take this conversation and really lean into our leadership.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Jill.
Thank you. Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for being here. Our Friday morning, we actually, today starts our Texas Realtors winter meeting. So we're going to be talking and strategizing with Texas Realtors, which that's a whole nother conversation. But so this is, you're providing me with my inspiration to go in and talk with other leaders. I
And
love
Jill,
what
thank you for your leadership. You are an amazing human being.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I love what you're saying. I think, you know, it is an exciting time. Challenging times are a time for growth and rediscovery.
Right.
And I remember asking this, I'm going to ask a question.
Sure.
And I remember that I asked Glenn and Jason this question, San Antonio, I can't remember if it was shareholders or EXPCon. And I feel like this question has been really coming back and resonating with me. Years ago when I think in San Antonio, we weren't even 5,000. Maybe we had just passed 5,000 agents at that time. And I asked, what can we do today? I was back then to ensure that our culture stays the same when we're 100,000 agents. And I've been thinking about that question because we're now that size brokerage. And can you talk to me a little bit about what EXP is doing to, I love the bold, I always love bold daydreaming and, you know, the messaging of sharing our story with people. But what can we do to ensure in terms of our retention that we are always being reflective of our culture day to day? What are we doing to ensure that we're being inclusive? Beyond the lawsuits, there's lots of other things that are happening within our brokerage that might lead some people to feel a little lost or not heard or listened to. What are we doing to ensure that we are continuing? And I know that Elizabeth Riley is one of those wonderful stories for us to point to and say, this is what we can be doing. We are built to come from collaboration. But can you tell us some other things that we're doing to keep an eye on that culture piece?
Jill, I love this question and thank you for that question. Culture is the most important thing for this brand. When we talk about family, we don't use it lightly. I see this truly as one large family. I don't know if you know, I'm also the corporate executive for all of the DEI programs. So diversity is incredibly important for me. We have 14 affinity groups across EXP. Since I have been here, we have added AACs for every single state and every single country. You're right. As we get larger, it's larger to stay in touch with 90,000 people. And so what we've done is really elevate our leaders, all of you, to be that conduit to us. And so we sit with all of the 50 state AACs, the brokerages. We've created now through the operations team, our COE or Center of Excellence that comes in. We have a lot of different opportunities for agents to come in and hear from us. But it still is a challenge as we continue to grow. Last year, I was on the road 200 days to be in community with agents. And that is something that as we grow past 100,000 agents, you're going to hit, even if I travel the same amount of days, you're going to hit less and less of those people. So we started doing things like the regional rallies, where we were able to celebrate agents at every level. Your first agent coming in, new agent with their first sale, your cap. It is an ability to be able to do things in community as much as possible. We've started different groups. You mentioned the lawsuits. We have started groups that are really representative of what we're doing for safety among our agents, and especially our female agents in all of the events that we do. We have been very active. Myself and Leo are the two male corporate leads in that organization that is primarily led by our female leaders in the organization. We are here as a community, and I think one of the most beautiful things is that we are open to any and all suggestions by our leaders. And I think we shift as all of these suggestions come in to remain in community. But I think I love the word of culture, Jill, because it is exactly, you've nailed it. It is, the culture is really what is at the core of who we are. It is not, you know, when I go with my growth meetings and we go with what our agent counts are and who we've sort of come in, I don't count agents added. We talk about it as lives changed. And we do that at the meeting because that distinction is really powerful. That agent is not a number. That agent is truly the life that they're representing for themselves, for their family, for their community. And, you know, when we opened up Mexico and India, there were two stories that were so impactful to me. In India, there was a broker that had 300 people in his organization, not an agent, not a brokerage, just a team leader of 300 in India. And he joined EXP. And before he joined, he asked to meet with me. And so I said, why are you joining EXP? And he says, Michael, I've been in this industry for 35 years. I've been with 4 companies, and I saw the EXP model. And this model was made for humanity. And it impacted me so much that somebody said that and saw that from that lens and that perspective. He has been one of our best people in India. And then the Mexico story real quick, because I see other hands up. It was in Mexico when we opened, our leader there, Ismael Gonzalez, said to me, you know, my country needed this. And I said, sorry? And he said, my country needed this. And I said, what are you talking about? And he says, because the model is virtual, it allows an even playing field for all agents. And the agent that's in Mexico City that's going to be doing really, really well, and the agent that might be in another rural part of Mexico that is still serving an incredible community has the exact same advantage because we are virtual. And I never thought about it that way. And it was the idea that there is an equality that happens because of the model where everyone is able to grow. And so the culture is so important. And Jill, I appreciate that question and that word because it's in the core of who I am. And it's in the core of how we make decisions. And we have we have a lot to learn because we're all just human. And I can promise you that the heart and the dedication of this organization is there to make sure that everyone feels included and a part of this family. Thank you. Daniel, my friend, how are you?
Hey, Michael, good morning. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Of course, sir.
As always, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about 2024 international growth and kind of what direction that you see on the horizon, more specifically like South Korea or the Asian companies or countries. I've got several clients that I've been talking to that own homes here that I've been talking to about Bundle Select with their employees that are stateside but are based out of Korea or South Korea. So can you kind of elaborate what you see happening in 24?
I sure can. I can't give you country specifics. It's considered insider information, and I'm still a director of this company. But I can tell you that international expansion has been very, very busy on the books. And we're going to be making some announcements very quickly, maybe even in Q1, for new countries added. We are certainly expanding. Korea specifically, Korea is an interesting country. The average commission in Korea is less than 1%. It's about 90 basis points. And it makes it very, very difficult to look at a viable business model there. We have looked at other countries in Asia. We were very, very bullish on the Philippines, for example. The Philippines has a real estate law that says we have to hire a manager for every 20 agents. That would not allow us to scale in any effective way. Because of the cost analysis to that. We are in active conversations with Japan, for example, and some other countries in Asia. So there is a very strong appetite to expand in Asia. Korea is probably not on the top of that list.
Great, thank you.
Absolutely. Todd, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Michael. Thanks again for being here.
My pleasure.
A quick question. What are some of the attributes that you guys are seeing on people that are actually truly winning at attraction? That's a big part of my business model, and I'd love to just get your thoughts on activities and things that are working and moving the needle.
Todd, I also love this question. And the short answer is caring about your people. And there are so many folks that have organizations and all of a sudden people are leaving their organizations. And the question that I have for them is, when's the last time you spoke to them? And there is that sense of community. Remember, if you attracted somebody into this organization, it's because something you said or did resonated with them. You can't bring them in and never call them again and put them as part of your rev share. That's going back to what Jill was saying with culture. It's your organization. I mean, Elizabeth is one of these amazing leaders that pours into someone so much. And remember, if you're here as an agent, we're a virtual company. We're not going into an office every day. That sense of belonging is really, really important. And it just might be a weekly call where you jump in and do what Elizabeth just said. Tell me about your wins. This thing here, you've got over 100 people on this call, and you're all in community right now. Everyone feels connected. And it doesn't matter whether you're speaking or not, whether you're on camera or not, you all feel a part of something. That's really important when you build a community and when you actually succeed here or anywhere really in life. As you start thinking about what am I giving back, right? Always think about what you can give before what you're receiving, right? What's the Zig Ziglar quote? You do enough things for enough people and then you'll get what you want. And that is so true. So it's really a short answer, Todd. is to pour into your community. And whether that means getting a space where somebody can be heard, whether that's bringing in other experts. Look, you don't have to be the expert. We're all here to serve you. You know, Elizabeth is a perfect example of this. I'm on here now. She'll have Leo on here. She's got Glenn on here. She's got everyone that is part of all we do is supposed to serve you guys. So I'll jump on any call you want me to be on. This is really what all of you should really know, that this is truly what our heart is. We're here to serve you. And then in turn, you serve others. Hope that answered your question.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
What else, y'all?
I'm not following the chat, so if there's something in there, let me know.
Yeah, I'll look at it. I mean, I can ask questions and talk all day long, but
I'll
go
ask
on
one
then.
more. I'll ask one more bold question.
Yes,
bring on the bold questions.
I love it.
Is EXP considering any options that does not include the National Association of Realtors?
Yes, is the short answer. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jill, for
Yes.
asking that.
Absolutely. Kristen.
Hold on a second. I'm jumping off the bike. I'm in sing class.
Now that is multitasking, all right.
That is
Okay.
multitasking.
I miss
I
these
love-
calls all the time because I'm in the gym. And sorry, I'm like really out of breath too. So I just wanted to reiterate something really quick. Everyone who's here right now is on the ground floor of this business. We are going exponentially further than we are now. We're not done. We're just started. And if anybody knows who our what our 10-year goals are, 1 million agents, 100 countries, like you are here. You're on the ground. There's so much further and so much more that we're gonna do. So anytime somebody says stuff like that, it just makes me realize how small their mind is and how small their imagination is. And it really kills me because this is not it. We're just getting started. I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm really passionate about it.
I love that.
What everybody else has already done. It's not your business. Like emulate them, model them, make them your, R&D research, rip off and duplicate what they did to get where they are. But don't be focused on, oh, I'm not on the ground floor. Who gives a shit about that? Like, grow where you are, because that's all you're gonna do anyways.
I love that. It's it reminds me of the analogy. Do you know why racehorses have blinders on their eyes? It's so that
they can stay focused on exactly where they are.
That's right. So that they don't see to their left or to their right. You just see straight ahead.
Exactly.
And the moment that you start looking to your left or to your right, you lose time, you lose momentum, you lose direction, and you lose focus.
You lose everything. And so many people get in this business and they start comparing themselves. And Elizabeth, when I first got in the business, and it started 2 days before the country shut down, Elizabeth and I had that conversation a lot. She was like, comparison kills joy. Comparison kills momentum. Comparison kills everything good and wonderful and beautiful about life and business. And I challenge people to run their own race. You know what I mean? I became an icon the second year in the business. Most people don't do that, but it wasn't about everybody else and what other people thought was possible for me, right? It's what I wanted to do. It's what I wanted to achieve. So I'm happy to chat with anybody about my journey because it's been interesting. And I've been in the business, my 4-year anniversary will be in March. Very passionate about the business. It makes me cry to even talk about it. That has been a huge gift and it changed my life in ways I could have never imagined. But I've done over 80 transactions in not even in like my first 4 years. So this is a beautiful thing. And if you use it as a beautiful gift, then what you'll be blessed back with is beautiful people and beautiful stories and a beautiful impact. And that's exactly what Elizabeth Riley has done, not only for me, but for every human being she's been in contact with.
Well, Kristen, I love you. And
it is,
I always say this is not about me. This is all of us together and this is our family. And It's funny, my phone's blowing up because they're like, we can't get in the call. We can't get in the call. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know I had a max on it. So they're all watching it live, but this is, we all lift each other as we climb. And Kristen, I adore you. And y'all, Kristen's story is inspirational to me too, even when I get stuck in my way. And it's easy to get focused on the negative. It's easy to get focused on the things that kind of trip you up. But I mean, Kristen, for example, literally got her license a day or two before COVID shut us all down. And when she called, she's like, my timing was great. What do I do now? And I said, plug in, show up, lean in, learn what you can, learn from all of us. Like, make sure you're not on an island. And that's why we do these calls. This is why we do all the things we do weekly. Make sure you're not on an island. And y'all, the girl hit icon right coming out of COVID as a brand new baby agent. And why? Because she embraced open houses. Why? Because she did 18 deals in 4 months of open houses. Like, she did not let a little thing like, oh, the company's shutting down or the country's shutting down to get in the way of opportunity and growth. And I tell y'all this all the time, success looks different for each and every one of us on this call. But man, when we lock arms and we come together and we understand each other's gifts and strengths, and I'm not even going to say weaknesses, I'm going to say challenges. It's like, okay, where can I lift you up? Where can you help me? And then we all win together. We all own this company. Glenn changed the game when he made everybody owners. And when you own something, you treat it different, right? I mean, if somebody leaves our company, like, I literally am so sad because that's an owner, that's a family member. What can we do to make it better? To Jill's point, culture is huge for me too. It's huge for the majority. And I want you all to know, and Michael's speaking it, our corporate leaders see us as the clients. How can we serve you better? What can we do better as a company? What can we do better to make this the best place for everybody, where everybody's lining up outside the virtual door to be a part of it? Our corporate leaders' hearts are so, so, so big. And that's why I thought, I was talking to Michael, we were at, I don't know where we were at Inman or some, I don't know where we were, but I said, I'm telling everybody who y'all are, but what's more powerful than me telling you is you experiencing it. So I said, Michael, would you? And he's like, absolutely. Where do you need me? And I was like, that was an aha moment for me. Why am I keeping like this greatness to myself? We'll have Leo in here. We'll get Glenn in here. We'll get all these people in here because you guys, I need to understand who your family is. And so this is not, Kristen, I love you. This is not about me. This is all about us together. And I'm so, so blessed every single day to be on this journey with all of y'all. So Vanessa has her hand up.
Hello, my friend. How are you, Vanessa?
Hi, I'm really good. I was on the call with Tony yesterday, and I think for a lot of people, if you're really shy about not really reaching out and letting yourself not necessarily be heard, but saying, hey, what you see could help the growth of the company. I personally, and Michael knows this and Tony knows this, we've been very passionate about bringing the land and ranch division. And we were really on the forefront yesterday with Brian Ellington and Tony about how we're going to go ahead and help educate and bringing that to, really with EXP Con. I know y'all are going to be announcing it soon, and most people don't know. But I pivoted a lot of my business highly into land and ranch when COVID hit. So I really doubled down, went and did my brand Ranch Texas, and hence why I have 50 million in listings right now, because it is a huge business and it's where my passion is. And when I talk to them, it's been a slow process getting it, but it's going to roll out right. It's not going to roll out in a kind of half-assed manner. But if you actually talk to Michael and to Tony and to Glenn or to any of them, they do take to heart what you say, and it does matter. So there's very few companies out there that are willing to do that. So I think if any one of you have ideas or you're trying to understand and expand and grow into some sort of niche, I think it's important for you to have those conversations because they do not go unheard. So I just kind of wanted to put my 2 cents in there because it really means a lot that we're able to move in that direction.
Vanessa, thank you for that. And I probably should have mentioned the new divisions too. So, EXP Luxury came in about 16, 17 months ago. And that was, my whole background was luxury. I was a luxury agent when I was selling property. And then when I was in corporate, I was most of my career at Sotheby's throughout Realogy, and then ran all of the brands for my last 3 years at Realogy. And so most of my focus was luxury. And what I wanted to do was to make sure that we had such a large footprint that we had a program that could compete with a Sotheby's, with a Christie's, with a CB Global Properties. And so that was my mission. And we got there. Our program is amazing. I don't know if you guys are a part of our luxury program. We've got about 1,100 agents in the United States. We've just now expanded the entire program globally. And then to Vanessa's point, there was a lot of interest from other divisions for us to develop. Land and Ranch, we've been developing for the last 6 months or so. We're now very close to announcing that as a division. We're almost ready to launch that one. Some of the other things that we're working on right now, just to let this know, is a sports and entertainment division. We have a lot of people, got a lot of cheers for him. We've got a lot of people that were professional athletes. One of them is actually on this call now. Hello, Terrence Murphy. We have a lot of professional athletes and celebrities that are part of EXP. And there is a strong focus there. What we want to do is now look at the certification and training and things like that. So this is a very niche market. We want to make sure that many of the agents that are dealing with these clients are doing so in the manner in which is respectful to them and understanding of a basic knowledge of this. And then we're also doing a green division. And so we're having a green and sustainability division, which is another area of focus that many agents have brought up. And then finally, we're just starting some due diligence on a new development division. So as we're looking at new developments around the world, especially in places like Dubai and India, where new developments are really incredible, we're looking at a new developments division that we're going to roll out globally. So Farm and Ranch will be announced in Q1. And the other divisions will be announced throughout the year. Brian, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking your time. It's been very insightful. I do have a question. I always like to tell agents when that change is hard, but it's necessary sometimes. In coming to EXP, there's so much. And I try to make sure that people continue their business and focus on what they have at hand rather than trying to solve all problems of making the transition. What is EXP trying to do to make that onboarding process and transition easier for agents?
I love this question, and thank you for this question, because what we do is that we get all of this feedback, and we really mastermind what it is that we're doing. A lot of the things that we are talking about, like the reduction of the FLQAs from 40 to 30 came from agent requests. Things that we do as what we call QBRs, quarterly business reviews. We're having one in 3 weeks in Dallas with the senior leadership team. Onboarding is one of the topics that we're talking about. We're talking about, and I'll be very transparent here, we're talking about 3 different topics. One of them is our messaging. There's our what we do in the alpha chat. It's called the rallying cry. What is EXP's rallying cry? And we want to make sure that everyone has that. So we're working on our messaging, on onboarding, and on teams. It's still difficult when teams get here to fit into our box. And so we're really trying to figure out the structural parts of what we can do to serve them better. We only deal with 3 to 4 topics on every meeting, and we literally lock ourselves in a room for 2 days. And we talk about it with different department heads that come in. We have less than 20 people in that room so that everyone is heard, every department is represented, and we see it from everyone's lens. And then we walk away and we start working through what are the scenarios of, and we realize that we can do much better in onboarding. And that is actually one of the top topics that we have for our QBR in 2 weeks. So stay tuned. You'll see some changes to that.
Brian, that's been a hot topic for me too. So Michael and leadership, they hear from me often on.
Yeah, we do.
I know, but I gotta be the squeaky wheel. So, we have like 3 minutes left. Any last minute?
Let me,
questions?
I'm scrolling through some of these things in
Oh.
the chat. There was a question from Drew on the boost programs. They are actually, it's a global deliverable. The specifications and qualifications are different in every country because of currency and different types of things. But it is available in every country. And if you reach out to the country leader, and they are available on international, on Workplace. There is a chat, which is International Conversations. If you go to that, we've got about 5,000 members on it. If you go to that, pinned to the top is the contact information for every country leader. So if you have an opportunity in any of the countries, please feel free to reach out to them directly. If you have any challenges, please reach out to me. I'll make sure challenges are taken away.
Love it.
I have a question.
Yeah, who is that?
This is Jen McMahon.
Oh, Jen, jump in.
Hey, real quick. This is fabulous. Having everyone on. I have a question real quick. We'll be selling our house here and moving soon, here in a couple of months, to Alaska. And I need to get my Alaska license. And I just, if anybody knows who to contact, it'll be right outside of Fairbanks. So I don't know how many agents or actually EXP agents are in Alaska. There's not a lot of people in general, but
Jen, I'll get you connected.
Holly Mayberry can help you with that. She is our VP of brokerage operations on the West Coast, an amazing human being. She will connect you with the broker in Alaska and get you all set up.
Okay, thank you.
And our team, our onboarding team can help you with that too. So don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got you covered. Michael, you are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. And thank you for your heart and for your leadership. I know there's a lot going on. I know QBRs are getting prepared for and everything else, but the fact that you just came in to pour into everybody here and just show them why I'm always such a fan. I just appreciate you being here and taking time to, be you. So.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you for your leadership, for the leadership of the 100+ people on this call. You're the ones that are the most important part of our story. What you do every day. Thank you for how much you change other people's lives and for who you are. Thank you very much. It was my honor to be here with all of you. And the best place to get a hold of me is Workplace Chat. I'm very responsive on that. And if you have any questions, concerns, anything that I can do to help serve you, I am here. Thank you, Elizabeth.
He's not kidding when he says he's responsive. I think somebody just said in there that they sent a Workplace Chat to Glenn and he responded. Y'all, our leadership is accessible, right? Absolutely. So don't wear them out, obviously, but just understand that they are there for all of us. So thank you, Michael. We will see you all next week. Y'all have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing Friday. And I'll look forward to connecting with y'all soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Michael.
Bye.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Take care.